Hello everyone, it's Brandon here again for another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to get your first car. Now I'm talking about this in the realm of getting a car so that you can better your finances and become more successful. So this video is going to be geared towards teaching you guys, everyone watching, how to improve your credit score so that you can use that to get your first car loan and you can move forward with that. And the first step with this is you need to check your credit score. I would recommend using the website creditkarma.com. It's a very simple website to use. It takes like 5 minutes to set up an account on there and see what your credit is. Once you've checked your credit on Credit Karma or a similar site, you're gonna take different actions based on where your credit's at. I would say if your score on Credit Karma is below 500 or in the very low 500s, you should apply for the Capital One Secured MasterCard. I will be leaving links in the description below for all of these cards, so definitely follow those links. Take action on this after seeing this video. Don't just watch the video and learn what to do and then not move forward with your life. I want you guys to be taking the steps. Click the links below and move forward. Get this done for yourself. You're gonna be happy that you did. If you're around 500 to 600 on the credit range, you want to go ahead and apply for the Discover It secured card. This is the best secured card that is out right now that I've seen, and the reason why is because you actually get cash back that's pretty competitive even compared to some of the unsecured cards that are out there. And all that a secured credit card is essentially you pay a down payment. In a sense, you pay a little security deposit of maybe $100 or $200 or $500 depending on how big you want your credit limit to be. You pay that, and then they give you a credit line that is going to be the same as that credit or as that deposit that you put in. You want to make sure when you're using these cards that you pay them off every single month, or this isn't going to end up working for you. Don't use your credit card to buy things that you can't afford. Only buy things that you can easily pay off. And that's what's going to be helping your credit, is if the credit bureaus and the banks see that every month you're paying your bills off and you're not using too much of your available credit. So I would say keep it below 30%. That's a normal amount that people generally like to give. Keep your credit utilization under 30%. So if you had a $100 credit line, you would only spend $30 of it, and you would make sure you pay it off before you spend any more. Now, if your credit is above 600 or so, I would recommend going to an unsecured credit card so you don't have to go through the hassle of paying that security deposit, and also so that you can get some better rewards. A lot of people don't realize that credit cards, when used right, actually can get you a lot of cool benefits. They can get you cash back, so basically free money in your pocket. And so if you are in that credit range of above $600 or 600 credit, you want to go ahead and get an unsecured. And the one that I would recommend is I would look to whatever bank that you use, whether that's like US Bank or Chase or something else. Look at a bank that you use for your checking account. Your bank that you've already had a relationship with, they see a little bit more of the history behind who you are and what you're doing. And that's why it's so helpful to just go ahead and go with the bank that you're already with. A few cards that I would recommend if you're in this above 600 credit range are the Chase Freedom card or Chase Freedom Unlimited. If you're with Citibank, I would do the Citi Double Cash card. If you're with Capital One, there is the Capital One Quicksilver card. Depending on what bank you're with, you can do a little bit of research to just see what a good starter card would be. Usually these will give you like 1 to 3% cash back on certain categories, so it's a good way to get a little bit of a bonus for having a decent credit score. Now that you've got your card, what you're going to do after that is, like I said, you're going to pay things off every single month. You're not going to use too much of the available credit on the card, And after that, you're going to wait about 3 to 6 months, and this is really going to help your credit, especially if you don't have any credit or if you had bad credit in the past. What this is going to do is is going to show banks that you can be responsible with at least one type of loan. And this is really important when you're applying for your first car loan. A lot of lenders are going to be really hesitant if you don't have anything on your credit report. You might even get straight out denied, or you might get a super high interest rate that's going to make it so expensive to have the same car that you could save way more money having if you just had a better credit score. That's why the first step is check your credit, get a card to start out if you don't already have established credit and a good score, and then you want to look at cars. And at this point, I'm going to give a little bit of advice based on my own personal experience with cars. So I would say if you are getting your first car, especially if you don't have a bunch of money, no one's buying it for you, I would really recommend don't go for something flashy. You're young, or you're just getting started, or you're trying to rebuild your finances. This isn't the time to stunt out and have some awesome new 2019, 2020 car that's fully loaded, has an awesome sound system. No, what you're going to do first is you're going to take a few years to build your finances up. And then one day, when all of your friends who were flashing their money are broke, you're going to be the one who can afford to have nice stuff for the rest of your life, rather than just for a year or two before you get into crippling debt. You want to look into reliable cars. This is a really important step in this process, because when you're getting a loan on something, you're going to be paying interest. You're going to be paying on this car for multiple years. So you want to get something that's going to hold together. What I would recommend doing is I would stay away from European cars. I actually love European cars. They were my first cars, and they're great. They're fun cars, but the problem is with European cars, or any of the kind of luxury type cars, is when you're buying at a lower price point and you're buying that kind of luxury cars usually have a lot of new features on them. And that's why a lot of the time, so many of their parts are going to have problems. Also, labor, especially if you live in the United States, the labor cost of fixing one of these cars when they have to get fixed is going to be way more expensive than getting something like a Toyota or a Honda or something common like that fixed. Once you know about how much you can afford and you've got the credit score to where you can get a loan for your first car, I would really recommend go with some of those more reliable brands. And when you find a car that looks cool to you and you want to have it, and you maybe see one on a lot, or you see one online that you'd like to go to test drive, before you go and do that, check online, read some reviews, and see how reliable the car is. Make sure you take some time to research. You want something reliable, or else it's just going to cost you so much in repairs that it's going to end up being a bad financial decision to get a car at this point. You want to make sure before you buy a car that you have room in your budget to afford a car payment and insurance. And I would say if you're getting a starter level car, you want to have at least an extra $500 of cash flow. So that's like an extra $500 a month above, I would hope, what you're saving. You know, if you're saving a little bit, you have even that extra like 500 or so where you can put it towards a car payment, insurance, and any repairs that you would need to do. And with all of this in mind, you're going to be setting yourself up for success. You're going to be setting yourself up to have reliable transportation, to have a way to get wherever you need to go. If you want to go to a concert or go on a little vacation, you'll have the freedom and the flexibility to do that now that you have your first car. So anyway, I hope that this video has helped you guys. I know it's a little bit different than my normal videos, but if you got value out of this video, I would really appreciate it if you give me a like. That really helps me get more exposure on Facebook or YouTube, whatever social media platform you're watching this on. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm going to be making videos about improving your finances and generally just trying to move yourself forward in life, generally every single week. So stay tuned for those videos, and if you have any questions in the comments below, just go ahead and ask. But make sure to take action on this video. Go in the description, find the links to those cards and to Credit Karma, and move forward with this. I want you guys to take action, not just watch it. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video all the way through.